Hi, this is Steve Feldman, publisher of Floor Covering News, for another edition of Retail Recovery Across America. Today we're in Indianapolis at ICC Floors. This is Cam Haughty. Cam, how are you?
Great.
Now, this is ICC Floors. You may be confused. We're sitting in front of a Benjamin Moore display, a paint display. We haven't done one of these before. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Steve, we saw an opportunity with Benjamin Moore about 11 years ago. They were a little under-distributed here in the Indianapolis market. They're a great brand. We saw a lot of designers come in with Benjamin Moore chips, trying to match it up with our floor covering. And so we talked to a couple painting contractors and a couple other contractors around and saw an opportunity and started blending the paint with the flooring and do a little cross-marketing. It's been a great partnership for us.
You also do cabinets, you also do countertops.
That's right. And this was kind of our first foray into, I guess, cross-selling and adding in other home-related products after the floors was adding the Benjamin Moore paint. Since then, we've added countertops and a lot of cabinetry, and cabinetry's been a good growth segment for us in the last couple of years.
The truth of the matter is, the reason why we're in front of a Benjamin Moore paint display is because every place else in this showroom is kind of crowded and loud, and that's a good thing for this industry. So this was the only quiet place we could find in the whole showroom. Cam, one of the things that I noticed, and we talked a little bit about this before, you have a waterproof section, pretty extensive section, and you told me that used to be the carpet section. You took your waterproof section, put it in what used to be a large carpet section, and carpet is where waterproof used to be. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were, and I'm sure this has been done by a lot of people, but for a while we had a lot of the waterfall displays in the carpet that took up a lot of room, and so not only the demand for the pure just flooding, not to play on terms of waterproof flooring, but the flooding of product, introductions and stuff, and everybody's got really good looking stuff. So it just kept growing, and the demand from the consumers kept growing. So in order to show all those SKUs, we needed more space, and we wanted to show them on the floor. So yeah, our old carpet section became our waterproof section, and it has paid off tremendously. And carpet, when we were both we were discussing the new merchandising systems, from Shaw Mohawk and many others, have changed the waterfalls to the flip cards, and the way consumers shop carpet have made it a little easier for us to do that and fit what we needed in a smaller footprint.
How many square feet today?
Right now, out of the building is 55,000 square feet, and we occupy with our new coming addition to the corner showroom, we'll occupy around 45,000 of that.
Second time in my life I've been in Indiana. Some reason I just don't really follow what's going on in the state all that much, except maybe the basketball team a little bit. But what happened in Indiana in terms of regulations when COVID hit?
We were on consolidated hours for about 6 weeks, but since then we have opened back up to, as Steve mentioned earlier, some pent-up demand. So.
Most retailers are telling me from the start of the year until mid-March, business was really good.
Yes,
same for you?
The business was excellent, and that honestly carried us through. So in March and in April, the two main months were and even into May, where I was expecting a big dip, we were actually carried forward, and our numbers were steady, and actually steady over even or a small increase over last year from. Basically, we had such a good start with our builders that carried us through. I was nervous then that we would maybe see a lag in July, August, September from builders not being able to start. Well, these builders have since up their building and up their production rates and everything, and that's smoothed out. But to your point, we had such a good head start, increase over last year that they had started in January, February. It cruised us through those 2 months, and now to your point, we are up year over year around 12%.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
While you guys were closed, or while people were not coming into the store, did you do anything to position for the recovery?
We did. We had shifted, and it was one of those things. We worked with Creating Your Space, our web design and management company, and they've got a design tool, and of course, by the time, we probably shouldn't have been all working on this sort of thing before this happened, but there's, sometimes this gives us the push, but a shift to, get some of these at-home design tools ready. I was surprised at how much the phones rang, and when things are busy, it seems like a lot of people will reach out to, and just do the internet inquiries, email inquiries, but it was almost like they were, they were seeking some sort of actually human interaction, at least via the phone, so the phones rang a lot. And so if you had, we went back and, had our team re-prepped our team on how to handle a phone sale, which was kind of an interesting thing, because we'd all kind of got away from, how to handle a sale on the phone. But, that was a big thing, and I think we still had a lot of people that were at home, and they were looking around and finally, I think, making some decisions on these projects. They had a little time to take a breather. Trips got canceled. Maybe there was some extra money in their pocket. So we actually had people transacting over the phone saying, hey, yeah, I want to go ahead and get that ordered. And by the way, can you when you are doing, I want to be first when you guys open back up for in-home installs. So.
You're finding that the customer coming in the store today, much more serious, maybe making fewer trips into the store, close rates higher?
Absolutely. I keep asking that same question of our salespeople on the floor. I said, what's the eagerness, what's the willingness of people to, to place orders? Said, yeah, there's definitely has been that shift to people are really ready to get things done. They're motivated.
Gotcha.
So I think they've been sitting at home and staring at their floors or whatever the things they've been wanting to do for a while, and they're finally ready to make that call.
One of the things we're also hearing is price is not as much a driver right now as it may have been in the past. You finding that?
Yeah, I would think that, we continue to try to create that service on the front end and establish that relationship with that customer, either, in the showroom or out in the field when we're doing that measurement, to try to take that price away. As we're always going to have price pressure, right? So, but yeah, I think that this is helping some of that price pressure go away. People are more focused on who they trust. They're realizing they want somebody they can trust to be in their home to complete the work.
Talk about business for a second. It's a little different right now. What do you think has changed temporarily? And what about this flooring business do you think will have changed permanently?
Yeah, because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see, I think there is going to be more of a shift to, I think people are seeing that some things can be done, digitally more. They don't have to come in and go through the whole process. I think they are wanting to streamline. So just, I think some of the streamlining for the design aspect of it, some of the stuff that could be done, some of the virtual tools have been kind of forced people, not only our sales associates, but I think some of the general public have gone on and said, you know what, maybe I will try this online design tool. So I think that's here to stay. I mean, that's not for everybody, but I think it's definitely it's moved it forward quite a bit, and it's probably here to stay.
What advice would you give a smaller retailer somewhere in this country to get customers in their store, to close them? What advice would you give them right now for them to sustain their business, for the rest of the year?
I've always been, if you get somebody in and if you care and you're passionate about their project and you show that passion comes across to them, they're not just a transaction, that works. I mean, if somebody is, and in this environment, people are willing to actually do projects. If you dig in and you show them and show how excited you are about doing that project for them, not just, oh yeah, we can, but how it means something to you and you're passionate about it, that sells almost all the time.
Let's look ahead for the next 6 months. You're up for the first 6 months of this year. Safe to say you survived this pandemic.
Yeah.
What are you forecasting for the rest of the year?
Well, it's a kind of a loaded question. I would sit here and say that I'm cautiously optimistic that if things are going, as they are now, then we'll have a really good year. There seems to be a lot of money sloshing around out there. There seems to be a lot of people willing to spend it. And I see it. Our builders are all very bullish, with what's going on. And people I know are really optimistic that I think we're going to I think we could have a really good couple years. And this pause might have been give this kind of bull run in our housing market. We got a little bit of a pause. It might have bought us another 3 or 4 years of really good housing market. So I like to take that spin on it.
I see Shaw, I see Mohawk, Dreamweaver. Give me some of your other go-to suppliers that have done a good job for you over the last, say, year or so, that really making a difference for you.
Yeah, well, I think Anderson Tough Tax has done a great job. It's part of the Shaw family, but has done a great job. And their wood introductions and their styling there has been absolutely second to none. We've got some of their products in some of our custom homes. It's absolutely stunning and after the install. But they've done great. Cali Bamboo's also had some great introductions. They've been a force to reckon with. Great prices, good styling there. Tons with the Cortec, again, part of the Shaw family. But everybody's really stepped up to the plate. Everybody's been very proactive in communicating any supply chain interruptions. Had some of that going on. But everybody in here that we represent in our showroom, that's the good thing we've got about all these different manufacturers. I mean, they're all stepping up, and they're all. We have choices, right? So anybody that's in here is doing a good job.
Perfect. Yep. Cam, thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
This has been Floor Covering News, Retail Recovery across America.